Nobody's touching me, don't you dare. Oh. What? Oh. I did not see nothing. That was an empty space. Doggos, behave. Oh, 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 oh. Please tell me this place is empty. Okay. It should not be this empty. Dude? Oh, the kid's not here anymore. Ooh. Where can I find an item box? Wait. Go here. Up here. Do this. Go here. There's a door. Wait. Was this the door? Oh, it is. I thought this was the door I came in from. Let's go. I hope the mic is high enough. Alright, let's go. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, the blue. I need the lift. Let's go through the lift. And then... hopefully I'll end up exactly where I need to be. The basement. I think it was the basement. There should be a room. Yes, here we go. Give me the custom part. Wait, is there something here? Oh! Oh! This is a thing. Oh! Yeah! Acid! I don't like that I have only one. Here we go. Handgun part. Oh, it cannot be used. But what can it, what's it used for then? Do I need to get the shotgun? So I definitely need to come back here at some point. Oh wait, this said handgun. Is it a magnum part? Okay, wait. Let me memorize the room. It was the okay. The gate over here needs a blue card. So now we just go say hi to that lady. Why am I nervous? I'm nervous. I have a feeling some things will go wrong. I need to go back. Go back to the doggles. Go. I'm already holding the button. Oh. Wrong door. Wrong door. I just went through that door already too. Yeah. Oh wait. No. You did not see me. Oh, is that a thing? That was an item. Yes. Do not roar. Do not do that very, very stock roar. Okay. Oh. A lot of old movies has that exact roar. So that's kind of impressive. Wait, how do I shoot? I kind of forgot. Like this? Oh, why am I shooting him? Okay, one only. I should be able to. Ooh, yes, here we go. I should be able to manage with one. Ew. Oh wait, there are dogs here. Run. Okay.
Greetings.
It was too quiet.
You must be the lovely Claire.
I knew it.
Who are you?
Wesker?
Let's just say that I'm a ghost, coming back to haunt your dear brother.
Wesker!
It seems there's not much explaining to do, is there? I was the one who attacked this island. Who'd have thought you'd be hanging about? All the better for me. Now that the cat dragged in this nice surprise, your ever so caring brother will definitely show up. I must thank you for being such good bait.
I don't know what went on between you two, but you have him all wrong. My brother is not the kind of person you think he is.
I despise Chris.
What are you gonna do to him?
Oh, how your brother will weep to see you die. What? What is it? Stay there. I'm coming. It appears you may be of some further use to me. I'm going to let you live a little longer.
First of all, it appears that you're used to me, and then kicks her in the face. What is up with that? What is up with that? God damn, someone useful to you. You're not gonna give them that I have a feeling if I come back out again, there's not gonna be the dogs, there's gonna be some of the bigger ones. Yee. Hello? Let me just pass through. Don't mind me. Yee. Oh. I pressed the wrong button. Yeah. Come on, here we go. One bite. Ooh, get away. Eee. Okay. That was good. Good enough. Alrighty. We're gonna go through a lot of the big ones. Oh! I lost the save. I missed this whole puzzle again. Oh. Wait. This has a hole in it. Is that where the piano roll goes? No need to use it now. Okay. So it's just the music box. Okay, give me a second. Something's written on the memo. Alright, I think I have the note still here for the answers. Where is it? Is it in here or is it in the note book? Where did I put it? I am not doing this again. I'm not doing this puzzle. I have the note written already, so I'll find the notebook. We're just moving on. Ooh! I almost forgot. I do remember making a comment that it was like maybe their birth year. I think it was 1971. So maybe that's the number. Maybe that's the answer. Okay. I'm. Ooh. Wait. Damn it! Give me a second. Do it like this, and then do it like this. Here we go. It's that weird video again. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I know. You really like your sister. Hmm. And then it turns on, but I do know the passcode. It was 197. Please tell me that's it. It is. Who? Okay, I need to get ready. Get ready to run. Run! Run! Oh, wrong direction. Please keep going. Keep going. Good. I think he actually disappears when you get back out. I'm not sure. Let's see. Can I pick up the thingies here? Anything here I can pick up? I'm kind of hearing a lot of noises in the background. But I'm not sure if there's anything useful in this hallway. Besides just atmosphere. Maybe anything hidden? God, this looks like something out of a... What do you call it? Something out of a Bloodborne scene. I don't know why. Or something out of a vampire movie. Hello, Alexia. I don't know why I just remembered her name in that moment. My memory works in a weird way. It's a goal. It's a goal. They're already here. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Go up. They can climb up. They can climb up. They can climb up. They can climb up. Please keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Oh, both of them going up. Oh. The controller's vibrating with me. Not with me. I'm not vibrating. Oh. Oh. Okay, how's my health? How's my health? How's my health? How's my health? Caution. Still on caution. We're good. I got the gun. Oh, I have the gun equipped still. Wait. Let's equip this one. I did not shoot anything. Oh. Wait. Oh yeah, there's another door here. Let's go there first. Oh. She's looking somewhere. She's moving her head, looking at something. What are you looking at? Oh, fuck you, I forgot that he's in here. Go, stop. Oh. Oh, please heal. This is my last heal, though. Otto. I think. Oh! Die. Okay, let me see. Fireplace. Plentiful for wolf. Just firewood. Okay, fine. Anything in here? Nothing useful. Anything. Item. Anything here. Please tell me I did not waste my ammo. for an ink ribbon. I really do not need... Okay, she was looking somewhere. What you looking at? Is it just him? Nothing useful here. This was an empty room. Okay, there was ammo. I don't think... used up all my ammo. Then I got it back. That was just useless. That was a useless room. Damn it. Oh. Gotta switch back. You know what? Yeah. Why not? And... Wait. Wrong. Switch back to the gun. Bow gun. Now, let's see. Oh. No. Please, go up. Go up. I can do it. I can do it. I can ignore this guy. Go up. Come on, there should be some item. Yeah. Stop. Yeah. Yowie! No! Come on, pick it up. Damn you, game. Damn you, suck! Pick it up, please. Go to the door. Yes. I don't have any heals. I'm not using the...
Be focused, brother. Our enemy is only a little girl. Oh, why is this taking...
When did this game come out? Because it feels weird that the voice acting is like this. I don't think Code Veronica's that old. Wait. Ooh! There was ammo hidden in there. Okay. There we go. Okay, I'm getting some of my ammo back. Doors. Anything possibly shiny? Biology. Nothing useful. Ooh, I remember. There are 2 doors here, 2 rooms. And I interacted with the music box in the other room first. I'm kind of curious if it's different. Oh, it's still locked. Blue sapphire is embedded by an opening. Blue sapphire. Sapphire star. Note. And your brother firmly believe that the glory of the ancient family will be revived through your courage and strength as an honored soldier. Yeah, wait. I don't know soldier of what. Relief. Almost on the back. Anything else in this room that I could pick up? Hang clothes. Exquisite, nothing useful. Nothing useful. Okay, this room only has the music box. Oh wait. I think it needs a key, not the piano. But I kind of don't trust the logic in this game, sometimes. Alright, fine. There we go. Blue sapphire something. I need a blue sapphire something. For it. And I'm gonna pick up a music thingy from the other one. I know. I've been here before. You're not gonna scare me. The whole making the controller pulsate with the door is very effective. It's very effective at getting you tensed up and ready for what's to come while the game is loading up. Nothing useful. Music box. Something's written. Red Queen and Blue King return. The path opens. So I'm guessing the Blue King is that blue music box in the other room. And then that will open the staircase over here. Here's the silver key. Okay, come on. Come on, pick it up! Oh. The depth perception is kind of weird. Let me see. Oh, no. Check? Do I need to check it? Just to confirm that it's silver? Key, Midasol, the family crest. Okay. Silver crest. Oh! Fuck you. I need to go back. Out. And she's dying. Oh, wait. Is there something on the floor? Oh, there is! I really cannot see. Wait. I got the two rooms. I don't know why my brain just thought of those two rooms with the doors as boobs. Why is my brain weird like that? It looks like a boob that you look from above when the dress like has an open cut. Shut up. We'll just get it. We'll just get out of here. I'm ready. I'm ready to run. Run! Run! I'm good. 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 Just run! Oh, come on, dude! Please, 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 please. 3? Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. There were 3 now. Can I heal? Private residence in the palace. Am I good? I'm caution. I'm a orange caution. That should be good. Okay, I picked up an herb. I got the key. And can I combine with this gun? Okay, I got 20 max now. Piano roll. Still no explanation. I'm guessing I'll find out when I open the 2. There should be 2 silver doors. One that's at the 2nd floor of the palace, along with the safe room, which is where I'll go next. I'll definitely save. Please, 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 please. Oh, go. Go! Okay, good, 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 good. Good, 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 good. I am really low on health because I am bad at surviving in this game. I am barely surviving. Okay, let me see if I can free up some space. I think I can manage. I'll keep this. I'll keep the herb with me. Got this. Got this. I'll keep the key. I'll save and then throw the ink ribbon back inside. And then go. Da, da, da. I love the save room soundtrack. The voice acting is really bad, but at least they got the music right. And the atmosphere. And the smart way of handling the safe rooms. Yeah. I thought I could just run. Claire, please. No, do this. Ooh. Yes, released. Go in. I'm 2 hits away from dying. If I meet up with... Ooh. This is like a casino. Yes? Okay. So I'm assuming I'm gonna need... is it handgun? Oh wait, arrow. Powder. Yeah? Take the powder. Anything I can find. There's a piano. And can I pick up this? Would a palm tree give me extra heal? Oh, I'm on top. Any extra heals? Maybe hidden around here? No? Wait, was she looking? Claire, were you looking at something? I thought she was looking at something. And this looks on. Slot machines. One of them's turned on. Oh, one of them's turned on. I need to stop these. Let's see. This room is just one room. Just one room, nothing else. What kind of item do I guess I needed some sort of coin? What about the piano? Oh, I didn't check the bar. Herbs! Gimme. Gimme. Yes. Let me just eat this grass and heal. Is there something else in there? Maybe... No, maybe angle better. Maybe here, no. Piano, ooh! It needs the piano, ah. Oh wait, do this? I knew I'm gonna need this here. There we go. The blue thingy! Please, I don't want any monsters to just jump down here. Hey, the king! Now we just need the queen. Okay. Wait, does this counter have anything else? I kind of see some white box. No? No, not even... And nothing useful kind of okay, no. Alright. We're going out. We're going out. Shut up. Oh. Why do I not have it equipped? What the hell? Also, combine. Yes. Mix. And then munch. Sniff it. Sniff it real hard. Here we go. Go before it get down. Wait, I don't want to go. I don't want to go down. No. I want to throw the item back in the box. I don't have space. Please pass. Okay, we're good. We good. Let's hope for the best. Yeah, I did not run fast enough. Oh my god, you're not dying anytime soon. Okay. Just keep going. Hello. Wee! Okay, we're good. There should be 3 zombies inside here. Okay, please tell me. Yes. Go, 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 go. Discard. Go, 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 go in. That's good. That's good. Oh, come. Fuck you. Ah! There are 2. There are 2 in there. Oh my god. Yeah. I'm gonna die. Okay, she's not in danger. We're good. We're good. We're good. I fucking used up all my ammo. Okay. Thank you for giving me some ammo, I guess. I'm barely saving up this ammo. I guess I... Hunk. Today, ARF successfully from the Umbrella Transport Base with a large-scale POW capsule. Extreme care was taken during transport on all 108 checkpoints. Confirmed condition green in accordance with the standard procedures. Because they're being stored in a freezer. There's one thing that I don't understand. We are normally assigned to special missions. Why were we ordered to transport a frozen capsule? I understand this might be classified as top secret, but without knowledge of the contents, not safety could be at risk during the transport. This is especially important if the content is potentially harmful. We would like to ask you to provide us with more information to reassign. Should be assigned from. Yeah, okay, I can agree with that sentiment. We'll gear up for the next mission today. Special Forces Unit. Oh, she's looking at something. You're looking at something. Oh. Here you go, you were looking at that. Didn't I have a plate like that earlier? Why did I just pick it up? Something's gonna happen. I don't trust this game. I really don't trust this game. There were too many big monsters here for there to just be one tiny item. Okay, I thought there would be something else. Ashford Eagle Crasp, a golden halberd. The indigo blue plate portion appears to be made of special alloy. I haven't seen that gate that has the symbol in the first place. I've gone through the guillotine door already. So is there gonna be another one? Somewhere? Because now I have no leads. I have no items. I was kind of hoping for some of the golden key to open up the... Wait. What is she looking... Oh, okay, she's looking at the 2 monsters. Okay, gotcha. Anything else? Anything else on the corners, on the floors? Any hidden herbs? Please. I need some heals. Oh yeah, I do have some other items in the item box, so I'll have to check that. Because there's like a hexagon thing, I believe. Ooh, no! I was not fast enough. Damn it. Alright. Go. Go. Go up. Please tell me you're... Come on, die already! This guy does not want to die. Maybe he kind of heals up because I just shoot him a few times instead of killing him. Oh, yo, you do not need to be here. No. Ah, please. Yeah! Please go up. Just go up. Go, up. Please don't tell me there's one right here. Oh god, they're gonna make me lose a lot of ammo. It's just either lose ammo. Oh, yeah. Run out of ammo. I ran out of ammo. Damn it. And there are zombies here too. Where do I... Okay. The fact that there are zombies here... Does it mean that I'm making progress? Equip. I'm gonna shoot everybody here until I figure this place out. Come here. Whoa! This is actually OP. It died in one hit, didn't it? Whoa! This is, oh my god, this is powerful. Wait, am I seeing? Oh. And now that I've saved Rodrigo, maybe I can meet him somewhere else. Alright, so let's try dying again. Because there was no point in me coming in here. Let's see. Wait. There's a zombie here? Okay. Can you kill me, please? Hello. Okay, it's the same zombie too. Come here. I'm right here. I'm ready. Let me see. Comment picture. Come here. I should take one more hit. Yeah, one more hit. Come on. Come on, you got this. You got this. There we go. I'm just gonna be running around until I trigger. Huh? Okay, I guess I can go down the ladders and see about that ventilation thingy. Maybe it's the cable, maybe it's that big pipe. I need to seal it somehow. What about this thing here? What is this? Indentation! That was a thing! I don't have the thingy! I never interacted with it! I found the way to progress things. I found the fucking way to progress. Here we go. Thank you for putting an item box right nearby. I should probably get some energy by getting a snack, you know? Hi. I have a feeling I'm gonna need some heals. Get the goal. Indigo card. You know what that means? We get where? Oh no 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 don't! You don't got to fuck up. Don't block the way, don't block the way, don't block the way, don't block the door, don't block the door! I was just gonna say, I'm gonna... We're gonna get the shotgun. Yeah, use the emblem card. What? Is that it? Can just go here. We're getting a new weapon, a shotgun. I really hope I get ammo right away with it. Please tell me no monster is gonna... Oh, this is not a shotgun. A grenade launcher. Hey, so I do have the ammo for it. Anything else? And there's a door. I'm not liking the music kicking up like that. Anything else I can get? Emergency card. Okay, yeah. Check. Grenade launcher. M79. Okay. Crossbow handgun. Wait. The crossbow counts as a handgun. Does that mean I needed to check it so I can now interact with the custom parts in here? Oh. Okay. Fine. Don't tell me that was just a useless part. A useless piece of... I don't know. Here we go. Nope. Nope. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you! Ah. I should have equipped the grenade launcher. I'm gonna die, but I think it's gonna be worth it. I'm gonna save on some heals if I died. Okay, fine. Kill me. Kill me. Oh, I ended up back here. Okay. Let's do this. Oh, come on, damn! They really shot right away. Oh my god! Oh. God damn! Those long arms are very good. And I start right over! I'm starting over for a third time! Fuck you, game! Let's go. Let's do this. Run, run, run. Yeah, here we go! Oh, come! Fuck's sake! I'm not dead. I'm not dead, yes. Oh, what is that? He killed me. From dark caution. How much damage? Or is that grip an insta kill? Alright, try again. Run away and shoot. Run away. Run away, shoot. Ah! Oh! Oh! Nope, nope, nope. Heal, heal. Die. Die, you fuck! He has more fucking range than me. But he dies in 2 hits. Oh, okay, okay. I survived. Finally. Okay, there's something on top of those. Yeah, I hate how they're twitching. There's no power, I can't operate it. Is that where... Oh! I remember. I was on the other side. At some point, I was hearing them. I can go up. For some reason. What is this? This is a door? Switchboard. Tightly sealed. Anything else I can operate? Can I go up here? No, I cannot go up here. That's a door. I don't want to interact with something that's puking some electric. Switch is broken. Oh, fine, fine. There's a door at least. I'm on the other side of that room. Oh no, that's not it. Antibacterial work. Where am I? I'm at a tiny... Oh, I'm in a new spot. I'll equip these now. Can't enter. It appears to have been destroyed violently. Possible that T-virus leaked from here. Switch is broken. Can I interact with anything in here? Anything else that's in this room? That looks like something. Door. Oh. Got the gun. Where do I go next? So I kept killing these guys, and they kept killing me over and over for no reason. Can I use these boxes and push them? Alright. Going back. Going back. If I remember, it should be on the 2nd floor. Here we go, here. I'm kind of nervous. Why is there a cutscene? Don't freak me out like that. Fuck you, game. Fuck you, game. Fuck you, game. Yes, discard. I am ready.